Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Casillejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And I'm Lacey G.
And today we're going to break down the 6th song on Speak Now Taylor's version. We're talking about Mean. And once again, we get the whiplash that comes from a track 5 into a track 6.
Mm-hmm.
And you can listen to our track 5 that we just recorded. It's already posted.
Yeah. I do think that the biggest whiplash, though, is All Too Well into 22.
Sure.
When talking about transitions from track 5 to 6.
Big time.
No, well, You're on Your Own Kid to Midnight Rain is kind of intense, too.
I mean, All Too Well to 22 is a pretty big jump
Yeah.
to go. But, I mean, we just listened to Dear John.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about Mean, which the subject matter isn't the best, but she's still being, like, fun and playful with what she's singing about, you know?
Besides track 5, I would love to know her train of thought as to why to put the track list in a certain order. Like, why did she make Mean track 6?
Write it down in our questions for her.
You know what? We haven't added a question to our list of questions in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Track 5 is so important, which also makes track 6 very important, too. So why choose what she chooses as track 6s? And then that means that track 7 is really important, so we need to know why track 7's, and then 9 is important, or 8 is important, so we got to ask about that, too.
We have ranked track 9s before, Nick.
Yes, we have. Have we done track 6s? I don't think we have.
I don't think so, but we should.
We should. Eventually, we need to rank every track.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to start over because she'll have more albums that we have to then go back
Yeah, that's true.
and do.
So, what is Mean about? Taylor had received some hate, and rather than address it, she ended up writing this song. And I'm assuming everybody knows who this is based off of, right? We all found out in research that it's the same person. Bob
Don't even bother.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the scoop. During the 52nd Grammys, Taylor joined Fleetwood Mac legend Stevie Nicks on stage for a mashup of her song, Rhiannon, and Taylor's You Belong With Me. And Taylor was a little bit off key, and Bob completely slammed her. She was then 20 years old, and he wrote her performance was dreadful. He said, now everyone knows that Taylor Swift can't sing. He said, did Taylor Swift kill her career overnight? I'll argue that she did. In one fell swoop, Taylor Swift consigned herself to the dustbin of teen
what is that word?
Teen phenoms. Taylor's too young and dumb to understand the mistake she made, which I just think is so, the whole thing is rude, but the fact that you're going to call a 20-year-old dumb.
He's dumb.
He
is.
Yeah. So she's too young and dumb to understand the mistake she made, and said that she should have used auto-tune. This newsletter that he had published was titled Grammys, and he took shots at other artists, but Taylor was the big one who was taking the hit in this one. And then 5 months later, she released Speak Now and had the song Mean.
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, like he had been giving bad reviews to Taylor for like a little bit. Like it was like a recurring thing, right? Like, I mean, I think this is the one that's most notable, but it wasn't the first time that he like was just a mean
or the
mean
last
person.
He posted something in 2023.
I know.
Oh my God.
He's
Get
still
over
washed
it,
up
dude.
and ranting about the same old tired thing.
And I think it's funny because he had to take the comments off. I mean, they could have originally never been on, but I love that they're off because he cannot handle the rage of Swifties.
Which is like absolutely insane. Did you read what it was that he wrote?
Yeah.
Oh my God. He basically said whenever she announced her Eras tour that she can't fill stadiums, that anyone who bought tickets is just caught up in the hype, that the show won't be worth it. And like reading it, of course it's infuriating as a Swiftie to read it, but not only that, it's like you can be critical of somebody, but actually be critical. Like he actually is still just mean.
Yeah.
And just a hater. I mean, I didn't realize that. I didn't come across that. But now his name is written on my list and I'm underlining it twice. I mean, ugh. And well, it's just great because this song if it is about him, it went on to win Grammys. He was still critical of this song afterwards and said he wrote another piece titled That Taylor Swift Song, where he analyzed the lyrics and argued that the song wasn't about him. He also reiterated that he didn't think she could sing. And at the end of his piece, he wrote, "If this song really is about me, I wish it were better."
He sounds like
Hate
like a high schooler,
And he writes like one.
writes like a high schooler.
Okay. As a guy, I'm the only guy in the room. Let me speak for Bob here for a second. Sometimes guys have a hard time admitting they were wrong.
Okay.
And so when we have a hard time, I know that I'm wrong, but I'm still going to dig my heels in.
Double down.
And stand by my feelings,
For
even though
13
I
years?
know that they are wrong. And at the same time, he gets like a lot of notoriety out of it. He's the guy that hates Taylor Swift. So maybe he's just like, this is a bit now.
No.
I'm going to lean into it. Or do you think he is just
I think
a mean
he's actually
person?
just a mean person. Like, there's a way to turn it into a bit. This wasn't it.
Yeah, and at the time, Taylor herself even admitted that she had thin skin and couldn't ignore the criticism. She wrote on her website at the time, "No matter how old you are, no matter what your job is, no matter what your place is in life, there's always going to be someone who's just mean to you. Dealing with that is all that you can control about that situation, how you handle it. Mean is about how I handle the situation and the sort of mindset about this whole situation. Some days I'm fine and can just brush it off and go about my day, but some days it absolutely levels me. All I can do is continue to try to work hard every single day and feel everything. I think it's important to feel things because I then write songs about that. The whole idea of being criticized and the fact that that entered my life made for a song, and I'm very proud on the record. It's called Mean."
Well, yeah, because she had also said, she was like, there is constructive criticism. There's professional criticism. Then there's just being mean. Which I agree. I definitely agree. And that they're like, people can just be mean for no reason.
These have the lyrics like a lot of Taylor Swift songs that I don't think you can say them. You have to sing them to how the song goes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just say you with your words like knives. You have to say you with your words like knives and swords and weapons that you used against me.
You
Knocked me off my feet again.
got me feeling like I'm nothing.
Right? These aren't lyrics that you can just say.
And
you
it's
have
also
to sing them.
I also feel like this is one of those songs where I can't not like any song, but you can't just like sit still. Like I feel like there's like head bobbing.
Yeah.
And in the music video, in the original music video, when she's like, when she says that, and a liar, and pathetic, and alone, and it's like she flips her head back and forth. Like every time I sing the song, I do it with the head tilts. And a liar, and pathetic, and alone in life. Because you just have to. And also the banjo part where it goes out. You know what I'm talking about?
Careful. Don't let Bob see what you do to this. He's going to say something mean about you, Anna.
Well, all he is mean.
I think it's hilarious that likely Bob's family and grandchildren have all been to the Eras tour. I'm just going to imagine everybody in Bob's life has probably been in the Ticketmaster queue trying to go or watching the live streams or playing Swift ball. I mean, I think he just eats his words. But like Nick said, he refuses to give up on the hate.
Yeah, Lacey, great point. Can't you imagine his daughter, his granddaughter, his son asking for tickets for Christmas to the Eras tour or for their birthday?
Or just
What are you going to say? No?
wearing tour merch.
Yeah. Okay, not tickets, but the Navy sweatshirt. Pop, get it for me.
Yeah.
It's like the fan that wore the Taylor, was it an Eras tour shirt next to Jake Gyllenhaal and then posted it?
Oh, yeah.
That's what we need from Bob.
I didn't even look up. I just assume he's an old man.
He is.
I didn't look up his age.
Yeah, what if he's like 28?
There's no way. And originally, like in 2010, he was just like a preteen.
But I do love it how Taylor's always stood up for the underdog, and she's not okay with bullying. You don't give other people hate. You should embrace your weirdness and be wacky and weird and have fun, and you don't have to fit in. And I just love that she's always been a spokesperson for that and trying to encourage people to show love and not to show hate despite everything that's happened to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and isn't that crazy? Even when she is at the top of the world, she's arguably one of the top few biggest musicians in the world. She still has her haters, and she always has had her haters. So at her life at this point, people were talking about she's just a little country girl that wants to be pop. No one's going to take her music seriously. She can't sing. She's just dating too much. She's always had people coming after her, and she has this little song about how it feels.
Man, she's
with your
come
words like knives.
a long way.
Yeah.
She has come so far.
Yeah.
It's got to feel so good re-recording this. And then, like, I really am.
Big enough so you can't hit me.
I'm so big.
Mhm.
Like, you don't even know.
Yeah. Big enough so you can't hit me. Like, truly. I'm obsessed.
So yeah, in the lyrics, she says, "You, with your words like knives and swords and weapons that you used against me. You knocked me off my feet again." So yeah, it hurt. You knocked me down. What you
Words
said
can
really
hurt.
hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And
Which
that doesn't
isn't-
make you a weak person.
No.
It hurts.
We're all sensitive.
You got me feeling like I'm nothing. You, with your voice like nails on a chalkboard, calling me out whenever I'm wounded.
See that? And that hurts too. Like, you kick me when I'm down.
Yeah.
Mhm. Picking on the weaker man.
Well, you can take me down with just one single blow, but
you don't know what you don't know.
Someday
Day.
I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someday
I'll be big enough so you can't hit me, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Why you gotta be so mean?
I
You
have
know, some of Taylor's lyrics are kind of hard to decode, to figure out what she's saying.
I think this
Well, I
is
think
straight.
it's pretty
It's pretty
straightforward
straightforward.
here. Yes.
This is pretty straightforward. A lot of the times during our episodes, whenever we break down lyrics, I feel like I have notes within all of the lyrics, and this one is just like,
The lyrics.
here they are.
Is this a glittery gel pen song? Because she is talking about a more serious subject, but she's singing it in a fun, upbeat
lighthearted.
manner.
Would it be fountain pen?
I'm-
It's definitely not quill.
no, I don't know if it's fountain.
Well, but you know what though? If you think about it, didn't she say that like Shake It Off is glitter gel pen?
Yeah.
And that's kind of also like addressing the haters.
This is the original Shake It Off, right?
Yeah, you just
dealing-
gotta shake it off.
Dealing
Shake
with
off the haters.
toxic.
Mean walked,
People.
so Shake It Off could run.
And you know, maybe the song was written with a fountain pen, and then she did her rewrites in a glittery gel pen.
What kind of pens do people use at Barnes?
I'm sorry?
Barnes?
A quill, right?
Well, because like the
Like a
music
chicken
video,
feather and dip it
in
in?
the music video, she's like singing on like a barn,
Oh,
right?
Gotcha.
And like using the banjo and
Yeah.
stuff, like on a
Did you
farm.
dip a good piece of hay in some ink and use that?
That's what this was written with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Piece of hay.
I was rewatching the music video this morning, and I got really emotional
It's so cute.
watching Joey King.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is when she was in in this music video. Because then we see her again in "I Can See You," and in the "I Can See You" music video, when they're going through like all the artifacts, and you see the banjo and the dress and stuff like from the Mean music video. Rewatching the Mean music video, I don't think I had rewatched it since like everything, but I got like a little misty eyed with Joey King in there. I was like, oh my god, like we've really come full circle. Taylor's version.
Because I mean, it does show like one scene in the music video. Someone's working and they're over there. She's wearing like a big star or something, and she's working, let's say, fast food. I don't know, or a diner or something. And people are making fun of her, and then she takes that money, goes home, and puts it in her piggy bank, which is for college. And you're gonna sit here and torment somebody who is
Trying to-
working towards their future.
Yeah, they're bettering themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because you don't have to work, you're going to make fun of him. Or Joey King, young Joey King, taking her lunch, not getting to sit down at the lunch table, and then taking her lunch and going and eating it in the bathroom alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also kind of love how, with Taylor writing this song, to address like her haters, it's a way for us to also like just address like our haters.
Absolutely.
In a way, sometimes like when you get a mean message, like honestly, I've responded to people before just being like, all you are is mean.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's all I'm going to say because it's true. Like you're like, that was kind of like she was saying. It's like, this message that you sent me was not professional criticism. It was not constructive criticism. It was just a mean message. And all you are is mean.
Taylor continues in the lyrics, you with your switching sides and your wildfire lies and your humiliation.
Humiliation.
You have pointed out my flaws again.
As if I don't already see them. That's so sassy.
She's self-conscious about some things, and you're just going to call me out on it because I'm self-conscious. Great. Thank you so much.
And that is true. It's like as if I don't already see them. Like,
yes,
thank you.
I know. Thank you. I
Thanks.
understand.
Thank you.
Heard it the last time
Thank
you
you.
said it. I'm
Yeah.
aware.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
And here's a line that sucks. I walk with my head down. That sucks. I'm beaten down. I'm getting to be ashamed. I'm tired of this. My feelings are hurt. I walk with my head down. I'm trying to block you out because I'll never impress you. I just want to feel okay again. So she's talking about just being constantly criticized and picked on, and her head's down. She wants to block these people out. She just wants to feel okay again. It's not a good state of mind to be in.
Yeah.
And what's going on in your life that you feel like you have to be that kind of person?
Right.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Maybe you're not feeling your best. Maybe haters or critics are getting to you. You already know your flaws. You don't need to hear them from other people, but it could be good to talk it out with someone, and that's why we like to refer to our friends at BetterHelp. I know whenever I felt uncertain about where I'm going in life or what path it is I need to take, or if I just needed to be able to work through boundaries so other people couldn't hurt me and couldn't get to me, that's whenever I would turn to BetterHelp.
Can I say what I really love about BetterHelp is that people are going to find any excuse to not get therapy, and so they make it as easy and convenient as possible. This is entirely online, so you can do it right from the comfort of your own home. So BetterHelp is there for you whenever and wherever you are.
So if you're thinking of starting therapy, you should try giving BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, like Nick just said, and it's really great to find the therapist that matches you. You get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch at any time. I've done that before. I was matched with someone who I feel like I wasn't opening as much as I should have, and I just went in, switched therapists, and had a great experience.
Whatever it is, therapy can help you map out your future and trust yourself to find the way forward.
Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Taylor Swift fan today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Taylor Swift fan. So back to the lyrics. I bet you got pushed around. Somebody made you cold. But the cycle ends right now. So just like what y'all were talking about, Lacey. What's happening in your life that's making you do this to me?
Right.
Well, and on TikTok, I'm learning a lot about generational curses and breaking those curses, because generations before us were taught to be mean, and you hit if you're not getting your way, you spank. And I mean, I'm not saying that is or isn't the way, but generations before were taught violence, and you respond to others with violence. And now we're moving more into a world where we want to show love and accepting and instead. So that's what this makes me think of, but the cycle ends right now. You can be ugly to me, but you're just mean. I know you're mean. You're mean. I'm not going to take it personally.
It should be that way, but in social platforms, it's a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think people would say those things to other people's faces, but
No.
the keyboard warriors are freaking the
And
worst.
to be honest, it's getting out of hand. It really is. It is getting completely out of hand. I feel like over the last couple of years, like, yeah, social media, keyboard warriors, things like that. But in recent months, even within the Swift Talk community, it has gotten out of hand. Like, it is unbelievable to me how I can get on TikTok and read some of the meanest comments on a video just because somebody went to the Eras tour. It's like, it's pure jealousy and it's pure spite. And I understand being upset that, like, you know, social media is a highlight reel at the end of the day. That's what it is. But there's no reason to attack other people because you are feeling sad about yourself. You know what I mean? And it really is getting out of hand. And I feel like with social media, you know, videos go viral and sometimes they get into the wrong crowd, they get into the wrong audience and things like that. But especially as Swifties, I think we need to look out for each other because we have seen the absolute hate that Taylor gets and has gotten for years, like we're talking about with this song. And so now all of us, the one thing we have in common is that we love Taylor Swift. So why are we attacking each other online?
Yeah, some Swifties can be pretty mean.
And it just like, and it's not okay. Like, it's really not okay. I hate to say it, but we get really mean messages all the time in our DMs. We do. I delete them. I hardly ever respond. I get mean messages myself. Like, I see other Swifties get mean messages, and not just from Swifties, but I'm just saying, like, on the online, the social media realm, the internet realm. Like, the internet itself can become a very, 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 very dark place. And I just think it's like, sometimes people just need to take a step back.
Or
you know,
from people who just don't even know the whole context and just react.
Assume.
And then, and react and get hateful reactions from that.
Yeah, I think social media is just getting really dark. And it sucks because social media can be a very, very fun thing. And it can be a really good way to connect with other people that live in a different part of the world than you do. And I think that's like really cool. I think there's some very positive things to social media, but I think it can also become a very negative space. And there was like a while where it's like, I just stopped posting altogether. I mean, nobody knew. It was like my own little tiny reputation era where like I didn't post, but like no one heard from me for like a few days. But like, but whatever. But it's like sometimes you do kind of just like need those breaks. But then I get back on it and I'm like, oh wait, that's why I stopped posting. You know, like I do get like, and it sucks because as easy as it is to say like, oh, like don't give in to the haters, just don't read the comments, like whatever. Because like you can get 100 really nice comments, but that one mean comment's the one that sticks.
Yeah.
And it sucks and you don't want to give into it, but that's just human nature, right? It's kind of like how Taylor was saying that, you know, she has this like philosophy that she built around like being liked by others. And it's like, I think that's just human nature. And so when you're posting something on social media, it's like, yeah, there is that risk of like a hater saying something, but it's like, but why? Like, why does that hater need to say something? Not everything requires your opinion, you know? Like sometimes it's like, just because something shows up on your For You page, it does not require your opinion.
And I wholeheartedly believe that you are what you put out into the world and you are what you surround yourself with. So if you're a negative and toxic person, I just feel bad for you. I'm not like, why would you want to invite that? Why would you want to project that on other people?
Anna's putting her hair up. She's about to fight somebody.
Well, I just started thinking about some of the messages that I've been getting recently, and it's just annoying. It's just annoying. It's annoying at the end of the day more than anything because, like, my favorite quote from Taylor is like, you know, the worst person is the one that makes you feel dumb or stupid for being excited about something. So if somebody's posting something online because they're excited about something, whether it's a new outfit, whether it's concert tickets, whether it's they got a new car, they're excited about it, they're wanting to share it with you. Don't bring them down for that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the amount of people that send me mean messages because I'm excited about my favorite artist releasing music. I'm like, literally go touch grass. Like, that's what bothers you? I got a message once from somebody being like, I'm so sick of hearing about your wedding. Unfollow me. Sorry that me talking about the happiest day of my life is bothering you so much. Like, come on.
That's gross.
It's just gross and it's getting out of hand and it's just annoying. And I just really feel like a lot of people are just mean.
One of my favorite people to follow, and I can't find her name right now, but one of my favorite people to follow is someone on TikTok that just spreads positivity constantly. And she says in high school, she wasn't the most popular. And people are like, well, don't you feel cringe sharing your story and talking to people about your journey? And she's like, no, all I'm doing, those people, I don't have anything to do with them anymore. And why would you make fun of me? It's not natural to just talk in front of a camera, but she's nailed it. And now she's just, her whole TikTok is just spreading positivity and love to others. And I think that's how everybody should be, is to not worry about the haters, shake it off, you do you, embrace the cringe, embrace your uniqueness.
And in this part of the song, just like what you guys are doing now, Taylor's standing up for herself, ending it now. She just went through talking about how something's going on with you in your life. I'm going to move past that. And then she goes through and does the chorus again. And then she gets into this. And I can see you years from now in a bar talking over a football game with that same big, loud opinion, but nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening.
I'm moving on. You're going to be in the same place and nobody's going to care about you.
Complaining about the same old thing.
You're going to be washed up and ranting about the same old bitter things, drunk and grumbling on about how I can't sing, but all you are is mean. And look, Bob, is still grumbling on about how Taylor can't do X, Y, and Z.
I wonder if there's rumors of him being a drunk because, I mean, that's quite a bit of this.
It's a big accusation.
It is. It's a lot of details here.
Allegedly. Who said this is about Bob?
Oh, yeah.
Who
of
said
course,
this is
sorry.
about Bob?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Bob who?
Yeah.
But all you are is mean. All you are is mean. And a liar. And pathetic. And alone in life. And mean. And mean. And mean. And mean.
But someday I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is mean.
When you're in your car singing this by yourself, when it gets to this part, do you ever say, singing this at the Grammys?
Iconic that she did that. No, I do want to say though, because I did really just go off on a little rant a few minutes ago. But I do really just want to remind people to just be kind to others. Like
Absolutely.
As sometimes it's the easier thing to do is to voice your distaste for things, but just be kind to others on social media, in real life. And it's like the basic things that we've always learned. If you wouldn't say it to someone's face, don't say it online.
Mm-hmm.
Keep things to yourself. Like, treat others the way that you want to be treated. Like, truly, that doesn't have to stop just because you're on the internet. That doesn't have to stop because you're behind a screen. That doesn't have to stop because you have an anonymous account, whatever. It's just, if you think Taylor Swift wouldn't approve of that comment, don't post it.
You're allowed to feel however you want to feel, but you don't have to be ugly to others in order to express
Right. You
it.
have to voice
Right.
it.
Yeah, and we know what Mom is saying. Taylor is telling us,
To be nice.
be nice. What does Dad say? Harry Styles says, treat people with kindness.
Yes, you're correct.
Thank you. So you're going to not listen to both of your parents?
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, it can be easy to get caught up in it, but I don't know. A lot easier said than done, I guess.
I do want to give a shout out to the TikTok user that I'm obsessed with at the moment. Her name is Sierra, and her handle is at average sissy, SISI. I love her for her motivational talk and just embracing everything that she does. She also happens to be a Swiftie because she did go out to a Era show. I can't remember which one, but her account has nothing to do with Taylor Swift. She just mentioned it in this one video, but I've been following her for a while, and I love all the content that she puts out there. I love everything that she says, and I've shared it with a lot of other people just because it speaks volumes to me. So go check her out if you need someone positive in your life.
The hidden message is, I thought you got me, but you didn't. But you didn't wasn't part of the hidden message.
I was like,
That was
that
our-
seems like a really long secret message.
No, that was just our own little improv that you just saw.
I did read some of the comments on the YouTube video, and someone said, the girl who used to be bullied became a big name, occupying all of the top 10 Billboard charts. And her bullies have to listen to her songs everywhere they go. This song helped me when I was bullied. Love you, Taylor. And someone else pointed out this, A Cecilia 3262 on YouTube. She said, I love the ending. It's like it zooms out to show that she doesn't really have a crowd watching her, but she still performs for the one little girl out there, who's Joey King, that might be listening, and she can still be a role model to this girl. And giving that one little girl hope and confidence in herself is just as important. Taylor doesn't need a massive crowd as long as she can impact one little life. And that's what being a performer should be all about.
Aww.
And that is sweet because whenever Taylor's doing the music video and she's on Broadway, you would imagine that she is performing to an audience. And then at the very end, it's just Joey King standing there taking it all in, and she's still performing like she would be to an audience because it's the message. That's absolutely true.
Mm-hmm. I also do want to say for anybody that's listening that I hope that this podcast can provide a safe space for you. You know, whether you're dealing with mean people in real life or online or anything like that. And this sounds like an ad, but it's not an ad. But I mean, we created this podcast because we love talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And I hope people know that they can come to us at any point with anything, and we're here for you because people shouldn't make you feel dumb or stupid for being excited about something. And we understand that more than anybody. So, yeah, I feel like I went on a really angry rant earlier.
It's okay.
So
It was a good
trying to
message.
say.
It needed to be said.
Do we need to re-edit the intro to our show of the clip of Taylor Swift saying,
Yeah.
The worst person in the world is someone makes you feel dumb for being excited about something.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for this episode of 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate you. If you haven't already, subscribe to us on wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. Give us a good review. Give us those 5-star ratings. And join us next time. We're going to be breaking down the story of us.
Next chapter.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.